So on the internship, now I want to talk about being at Call-em-all. So a very important thing is to be professional, because you are a professional and you want your peers to look at you as somebody that they will want to work with as a professional in the future. So this is what I kind of pictured coming into Call-em-all, have people, looking at papers and stuff, maybe having some nice light conversations. So it's important to be professional, but also you may walk into something that looks like this. So these are people I actually work with. If you want to know the story with that, you're going to have to find. That's been really big because I can kind of see other people's style or the team's style of how they do comments and just how they code as well. And then just starting small, man, taking baby steps, being okay with where I'm at, understanding that and just being hungry to grow. And that's, again, coming back to internships, that's why it's so great, because they all understand that you're there to learn, and they want to teach you. So again, this is just kind of comparing. This was my biggest project at Dev Mountain. We had 342 commits, and I came into Call-em-all, and the app that I was working on had over 12,000 commits. So you can imagine that there were a ton of files everywhere, just files and folders everywhere. And looking at it all as one, it was kind of overwhelming. And again, just had to take a step back, ask questions, and take those baby steps. There's some legacy code in there too that was confusing. We were trying to work through something today. So for really anything in life, be ready for continuous learning. Be prepared to embrace and learn new things. For example, I thought I was cool with Redux, and I came in and they have it set up completely differently. This really tripped me up. They don't use switch statements, and okay, so the man that wrote Material UI, I'll tell a quick story. He's the guy that interviewed me on a phone interview, and I asked him when he asked if I had any questions. He was like, I was like, I know you guys worked on Material UI. Can you tell me anything about that? Are you still active with Material UI? And he pretty much was like, yeah. Well, so I wrote Material UI. I wrote most of it out, and I'm sitting there like, I'm feeling like this is a superstar now. I'm like, man, I'm talking to the man that wrote Material UI. So anyway, this guy is really smart. He's really, really, really sharp. So he set up Redux and a lot of other things in a way that I had never seen. So that's been kind of frustrating, trying to wrap my head around just a completely different way of doing things. But it's a part of the process. We're going to be learning forever. So just be ready to embrace new ways of doing things. And then the same deal, Mike kind of talked about Material UI V1. I had been using V0, and I thought, cool, I know how to use Material UI. He's like, hey, we use V1 as well. I was like, huh? So then I looked at the top of the page and see you could click on the link, and boom, there's version 1, which is a little bit different. So again, coming in with two things right off the bat that was different than what I had learned, but a part of the process. And since I'm an intern, they expect me to be able to take my time and learn. So we talking about practice. I don't know if anybody gets that reference, but I wanted to use an Allen Iverson gift somewhere. And this is what I've been talking about, the luxury of time to practice. There's not pressure on me to be able to deliver and hit hard deadlines when I'm an intern. So then external benefits, this was a really big thing that I really liked about Call-em-all as well. Like, I wanted to be active in the community. I'm standing right here today. They gave me this opportunity to speak. We do Frisco Coder Dojo every other Saturday, where we're providing kids with an opportunity to learn how to code. That's something I'm very passionate about, helping kids to think outside the box with careers and different things that they can do. So that's something I really care about. And we do a lot of events as well. We have a co-ed softball team that's starting this summer. We're going to see the new Star Wars later this month. So just a really good atmosphere. And you build valuable career connects and contact through the coworkers too. That's very important. So then I want to answer a few specific questions to Call-em-all, and then open the floor if you have any questions for me. So is it paid? Yes, it is paid, although all internships are not paid. So that's something to just look into and ask ahead of time. But if you were thinking, I don't want to do all this for free, a lot of, especially the good places, will pay you. Benefits, specifically at Call-em-all, the benefits are reserved for the full-time employees. So that's just something to keep in mind, and another thing to ask. Is my code pushed to production? Yes, it is. I've had my code reviewed and pushed to production. I was happy the first time it happened, and I felt official. It was a very great feeling, but yes, at Call 'em All, you're contributing, and then you can see your code on the website. So that's a great feeling. Getting acclimated, there's a week-long onboarding process, and I was tripping. I was freaking out a little bit the days leading up to it, because it's that kind of, oh shoot, this is a real moment, like, what all am I gonna have to know how to do? So I'm trying to do all of this learning and building. But no, they brought me in. It's a week long they gave me a package so I can learn about the company culture, the history, meet all of the employees. They gave me a couple of books I could read through. I have a mentor, I have weekly check-ins, access to all the engineers. So again, these are things I can't speak on a lot of other jobs or other places, but at least at this internship, things you have access to that you may not have access to working full time. Free food, we got a fully stocked kitchen and weekly catering. And I know, never mind. Ping pong, yes, and we also have a mini basketball hoop. I get buckets, so we have a good time.